like the way that I dance. She like the way that I move.
Timing was perfect. The NBA was getting set to launch a women's pro league. And what they needed more than anything else was stars. Playing for the LA Sparks, Lisa became a household name.
Welcome, everyone, to Noche and
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Robert Covington.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Cantor in at the center position. And for the Lakers, they've got Kyle Kuzma. Marcus Gasol is out there with Morris. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard position. So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. Here's Jones. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
And you look at Robert Covington, first-team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And here's Schroeder after Damian Lillard was able to get the three to go. Back to Schroeder. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell-Pope. Love seeing that.
And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player, can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Now here's McCollum. He's coming off a 13-point game against Dallas. Takes it from 10. Cantor's shot is off. And here's Caldwell-Pope. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a 3-point game. And a wide-open look for McCollum and the Trailblazers. Another three.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
That one goes. Count it. Here is Lillard. He's coming off a 19-point game against Dallas.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
That shot by Caldwell-Pope, no good. Portland's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Boy, really solid passer at his position. Kuzma is all about doing what's best for the team.
Now here's Lillard. He has 5. Passes it to Covington. And the call is going to be...
Screen.
Yes, it is. An illegal screen. Well, it is a long season. We know that. And the All-Star break provides Greg some respite. But how do you keep your body fresh as we're heading down the stretch here?
Kevin, you got to listen to the training staff. I mean, first and foremost, teams are getting more advanced, measuring when players are wearing down and trying to protect them. All the tools are there. But you've got to take advantage. And the other thing is mentally you've got to be fresh. It's not just about your body being fresh. So sometimes you need to be able to shut the brain down in terms of the game and get your focus elsewhere.
Here's Simons. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Anthony, the pass to Trent. From the top of the key. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to Dallas.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
Here's Simons after the basket by Montrezl Harrell, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's Morris. The Blazers getting the bucket. Over Anthony. Shoots a fader. The putback. It's good on the putback.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
Now here's Anthony. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here is Matthews. Pass to Horton Tucker. Stolen by Cantor. Here's Trent. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
And Caruso's got the ball here for Los Angeles. Trailing by 4. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see the frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, they had no answer for them. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
And that one's good, Anthony.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
Got it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Portland with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports.
You know, for me, it's super cool.
Well, Kuzma Greg has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
On the floor for Portland, put out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Simons in at the 1 spot.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Tipped away. Pass to Caruso. And Cantor over to help. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Off target with his 3. Trailblazers leading by 10. Here's Trent. Off target from outside. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And with the frequency of three-point shots skyrocketing, Greg, does the drastic change concern you? And should something be done to lessen the dependence these teams have on threes?
It's crazy. I mean, we're starting to see teams take more threes than twos. You know, some have said maybe limit fouls on three-pointers to only 2 free throws. That might eliminate some of the flopping on those long-range attempts, but I really feel like this is the evolution of the game, and that 3 is going to be vital.
Caruso, the pass to Matthews. Here's Caruso, covered by Lillard. Caruso, no good. And again, Portland running the court in transition. Jones kicks to Lillard. The 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Lakers trail by 10. Here's Caruso. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The pass to Anthony. Back to Lillard. Fires the 3. Here's Jones. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Jones has got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers. Here's Caruso, covered by Lillard. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Bam! Harold flying to the hoop, always giving max effort.
McCollum against Matthews. 1:53 left in the first half. And the basket by McCollum.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Harrell the pass to Caruso. Harrell trying to free himself up. Caruso, no good. Portland leading by 10.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Lobs it up for Anthony. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Portland.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition. And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Those three-pointers off the mark. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 10-point game. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
Here's Caruso. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Trailblazers leading by 8. The shot by Lillard wide open. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Here's Caruso. And it's off from three-point range. Good if it goes. Not going to go that time. And so it's Portland going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to, after 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They lead by 10. Jack, how do you... And that's all we have.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, guys, Montrezl Harrell has been exceptional here.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Dennis Schroeder is out there with Caldwell Pope. Then there's Markieff Morris. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Gasol at the center. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. And stolen by Kuzma. Schroeder passes to Morris. Shooting, and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Schroeder against Lillard. Left side, Jones. Outside Covington. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Lillard. Kuzma pulls it in. Lakers trail by 8. Schroeder dishes to Gasol. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Off target from three-point range. The Trailblazers shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Oh, my goodness! What a play!
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Schroeder with the ball. Jones covering. Schroeder kicks to Kuzma. Schroeder against Jones. Here's Gasol. Banked in off the glass. Gasol's got his first 2 points of the night.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Schroeder. The shot, no good. Nice D from Lillard. Trailblazers leading by 11. McCollum fires from way outside. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
The Lakers making a switch here. Horton Tucker's checked in. Schroeder outside. And again, no good by the Lakers.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Schroeder, and Schroeder stays with it. Schroeder's got it back down to single digits for the Lakers. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Here's Simon, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Simons surveying the D. Bobs it up for Cantor. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
The Lakers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, his defensive quickness sets him apart.
Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for the Trailblazers.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
And there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game. Wesley Matthews checked in for the Lakers. Here's Simons. Off the inbound, no good. And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for Los Angeles. They trail by 7. It's deflected. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. The finish finishes the break with a slam.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Caruso, the pass to Kaycock, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Covington in the corner, trying to find Cantor, gets it to him. Here's Anthony. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Harrell's got his 4th rebound in this one. No good. And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Trailblazers. They're up by 7. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
and he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the three. Anthony against Harrell. That shot no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And here's McCollum for three. They get the rebound, and Kanter able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Lillard outside. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you play?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental, and I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Antetokounmpo comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Matthews in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And no stopping Lillard. Excellent at staying in control no matter what the D throws at him.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Portland.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Schroeder with the ball. Kanter covering. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one's on Anthony.
You know, when Kuzma plays with that kind of tenacity, he's going to make defenders foul him. He's a real force in this league, folks.
And both free throws good for Kuzma. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Lillard against Schroeder. Jones, the pass to Lillard. The Trailblazers rebound. Pass to Anthony. Matthews against McCollum. Shoots over Matthews. Portland again missing.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Here's McCollum. Kanter dishes to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. Drills it from outside. Lillard's got 6 here in this quarter.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
Here's Schroeder. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Kuzma. Nobody near Schroeder. And again, the Lakers no good.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Kicks it out to Jones. McCollum outside. The tray hits the three-point bomb.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
That one goes in.
Man, it's nice to see Matthews get involved inside, showing a nice touch around the basket.
1:30 left to play here in the fourth. Lillard fires away from way outside. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Portland.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only one left to play.
You know, no matter what happens next time they meet, I think this was the biggest game they'll play against each other this season. Getting that 2-1 advantage means so much.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Damian Lillard.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Cantor against Antetokounmpo. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Schroeder passes to Kuzma. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
Taking on everybody, all comers. Kuzma's very aggressive, and he's used to getting hit on the way up. Plays well through contact.
Drops in the tray.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I'll tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.
could benefit.
Rip City. It's time for the NBA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the five for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Cantor in at the 5. And here's Portland. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor, or you're going to struggle.
The reason why, that opens up driving lanes, makes it dangerous for teams to W in the post. The offense becomes more dynamic.
Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you set. But I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, and maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the venue.
Back to Jackson. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. We play just over a minute here in the first. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They are coming off that win against Atlanta. Oh, hammering it in!
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just 5 to shoot. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Jackson kicks to Batum. The deep three from George. And Cantor pulls it down.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
And the basket by McCollum.
I don't think the range surprises anyone anymore. CJ can shoot the lights out from any position.
Now, here's George. 8 points his last outing. Stolen by McCollum. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Jackson.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
McCollum against George. Outside, Batum. Here's the teardrop. And the layup good by George. That's 7 points for Paul George.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Back to Lillard. And Lillard gets double teamed. And Cantor wide open. He shoots. And a miss there on the triple. The Clippers trail. And that one's good. Leonard.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Cantor, the pass to Lillard. We've got 1:13 left here in the first quarter. Misses off the right iron.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Leonard outside for Jackson. It's George on the wing. He's guarded by McCollum. George, no good.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
It's good.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
Outside, George. The shot will not fall. Good D by McCollum. Portland leading. All going up court. Knocked loose. Batum with the steal. Jackson with it. Now defended by McCollum. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
And Jones slams it home.
That is not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to throw an alley-oop from that kind of distance.
And then to dunk it with authority. Wow. One-on-one fast break. The shot by Lillard wide open. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lillard's got 5.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 5. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is still as competitive as they come. Here's what he had to say.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Now here's Patterson. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Kennard, the pass to Morris. Clippers moving the ball around. Man can't hit. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. It's a 5-point game. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on them now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
You know why? Because this defense is reeling. They had to stop there but couldn't secure the rebound. They're still looking for answers.
And the Clippers have possession. Portland making their last shot. Shot clock at 5. Kennard's shot is off.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
Kanter against Patterson. Tries from 7. Kanter's shot is off. Clippers trail by 7. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Patterson dishes to Morris. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Trent. Passes it to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys, I think, that create the most havoc. He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Here's Williams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
You look at the trajectory of Williams' career. Second-round pick, started slow, but his game has aged like a fine wine. Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Kicks it out to McCollum. Over George. Here's Anthony. And here's McCollum for three. Anthony's shot is off.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
It's McCollum on the wing. Here's Jones, and it's blocked.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And George, here we go. It doesn't go for him. Good D by McCollum. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's Jones. Great D that time from Batum. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. George passes to Oturu.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Williams. Good on the second free throw.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Trailblazers shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. The three from George. Los Angeles with another miss. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Count that one. And now a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5. And that's all we have for now.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Batum. And it's Williams in for Jackson.
Still trying to shoot his way out of this funk. But if it doesn't come within the flow of the offense, the whole team suffers.
Here's Lillard. Paul George grabs the miss.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Leonard, the pass to Zubac. George looking over the floor. Takes a 3. Unable to get that one. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. And a wide open look for McCollum. Bangs home the trifecta. McCollum's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Now, here is George. 7 points in the game. Morris, no good. Trailblazers leading by 9. Here's Jones. Softly drops in the floater. Jones has got his second basket.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
George, count it.
I mean, every time down the floor, this is what you're trying to do. Find the right matchup.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Covington kicks to Lillard. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
Leonard on the wing, defended by Jones. McCollum against Leonard. Leonard on the wing. George against McCollum. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from George.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Covington passes to Cantor. Back to Covington. Uncovered. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Clippers trail by 10. Morris with the ball. Lillard picks him up. George against McCollum. And George kicks to Williams. McCollum against George. For three. That doesn't go either for George.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Up and in on the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 12.
If the keys to your offense are in Lillard's hands, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Check out how well he runs the pick and roll there. That's just a perfect way to play.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. The first one falls.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Lou Williams. Out to Anthony. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs.
In that game against Milwaukee, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And the Clippers miss again.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Trent gets the bucket.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
It's such an advantage when you can get out and run and get a good look before the defense can set up.
Here's Jackson. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Here's Mann. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The shot comes out. Pull-up jumper. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
That is situational basketball. It takes a good understanding and good execution.
And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. They've got Ennis Cantor, Robert Covington out there with Anthony, and it's Simons in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Cantor, the pass to Simons. That's tipped.
Just a great job of timing on the block from Patterson.
Jackson kicks to Leonard, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. That's 10 points for Leonard.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Simons, the pass to Trent. Out to Anthony. Portland moving the ball around. Trent gets the bucket. And the Trailblazers lead by 12. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Jackson, that's good.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
Picked away. Here's Man. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Trent can't hit. Clippers trail by 10. Jackson misses. Portland's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here.
Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Leonard inside. Excellent D from Cantor. Trailblazers leading by 12. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Lillard gets it to go.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense all night.
From deep, George. Rebound by the Trailblazers. McCollum left side, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. And the Trailblazers lead by 16. Looking to end his cold spell. That one misses. Excellent D from Cantor. Elbow shot is on the way. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Lillard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. It's McCollum on the wing from past the arc. Oturu with the rebound. Clippers trail by 16.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Portland.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for C.J. McCollum.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
Lillard with it. From deep three-point range. Portland no good that time either.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Morris, left side. Pass to Oturu. It's George on the wing. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Silky smooth stroke. Nice touch. Paul George is a terrific jump shooter.
Lillard with the bucket. Here's George. Lays it up and banks it in.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
In my team news, Idols Series 2 packs. Headlined by Dark Matter, Kevin Garnett, Galaxy Opal Larry Bird, and Galaxy Opal Paul Pierce, these packs have a little bit of everything. Plus, the final Golden Age and Modern Age hero.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Welcome, fans, to 2K Sports. And now the Lakers starting group. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Morris. Then it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Gasol. And at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Clippers, they've got Batum. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center position. Now here's Leonard. And he goes right over Kyle Kuzma and slams it down.
Well, don't let Kawhi's quiet demeanor fool you. This guy has athleticism and explosiveness. How about that in style?
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Here's George after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Outside Leonard. Caldwell Pope against George. With the tip, great positioning on the putback.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Now, here's Gasol. Here's Schroeder. Makes it off the glass. Schroeder's got his second basket of the game.
Well, Schroeder is 6'1" with a thin frame, but make no mistake, he's got balance and the ability to play through contact.
George against Caldwell Pope. The 10-footer. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Lakers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. They get a hand on it. Stolen by George. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And the dunk by Jackson.
Terrific activity from Paul George. Sticks his long arms in and mucks up the passing lanes.
Jackson against Schroeder. 2 points. That one goes.
He is now 3 for 4 to start this game. Clearly, the confidence is already building.
Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
Well, you bring up some great points. Caldwell Pope finds Morris. Clock at 6. Second chance shot. Gasol trying to free himself up. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Pass to George. It's deflected.
And love the defensive activity from KCP. Selling out there for the block.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Strange to see Marc Gasol shooting from outside. His game break wasn't always like it is now.
I mean, Gasol has added a 3 to his game in the last seasons with Memphis, and it was an immediate success. He became a functioning stretch 5. Early in his career, he was more likely to drag you to the block and just bruise you more than anything else.
Lakers trail by 4. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
The drive by Schroeder. Morris trying to free himself up, and that one's good. Schroeder's got 10 points in the game.
Well, this quarter has been all about this guy. He is trying to close the gap in the store.
Nobody near George. No good on the three.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
And it's Schroeder missing.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
We are talking about a very solid passer at his position. Schroeder identifying an open teammate.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers lead by 2. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
Luke Kennard out there with Williams. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's man in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Williams looking over the floor.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
The pass to Kaycock. Lakers passing it around. Here's Caruso. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. The Clippers shooting under 40% all in all for the game. They swipe it. Fast break, the Lakers. Matthews leading the charge. And Harrell slams it in.
Well, nice job by Wesley Matthews to read the defense and put it on time and on target.
Williams passes to Oturu. Morris outside. Here's Williams. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
How about Lou Williams playing through the contact? Nicely done.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Harrell, that's good. Harrell's got the lead back up to 2 now for the Lakers.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Outside Williams. And stolen by Harrell. Passes it to McKinney. To the inside. Taken away by Williams. And now the Clippers on the break. Up top, Morris. He's covered by Matthews. Over in the corner, Williams. Just 5 on the clock. Kaycock pulls it in.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Here's Harrell. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s. Players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well-suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. George against Matthews. Here's Batum. No good, unable to end this run. Lakers leading by 7. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Antetokounmpo comes in for Marc Gasol. And Alfonso McKinney is subbed in for Kyle Kuzma. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And battling hard on the glass,
They hold the advantage here so far.
Here's George. Count it. Good. George has got his second bucket.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
Pass to McKinney. Launches a three. That shot missing. The Clippers go the other way with it. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And what surprised me was how easy they made it look. It seemed like they got something out of every possession. This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Lakers leading by 5. Schroeder passes to Antetokounmpo. Back to Schroeder. A putback, and Antetokounmpo on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got his first points in this one.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Zubac. And here's George for 3. On the wing, George. Jackson finds George. Goes back up. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Leading by 5. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Lakers have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. First free throw is good.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Nicholas Batum. Oh, Leonard in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Here's Caruso. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo on the follow. And the Lakers lead by 6.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is It was Dennis Schroeder setting the pace in the first quarter. He had 10 points and 1 assist. And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got Marc Gasol. Markieff Morris is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Caruso in at the point guard position. For 3, Caldwell-Pope. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way.
Boy, the utility of Lou Williams is absolutely tremendous. This guy can start, but he's obviously spent the majority of his career as a 6th man.
Alfonso McKinney's checked in for the Lakers. From deep, Gasol. And again, the Lakers no good.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Batum finds George. And the layup falls. George has got 10.
Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. He's showing how dominant he truly is.
Caruso, the pass to Gasol. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Lakers lead by 4.
Well, their first basket in 4 tries. Can that trigger a little bit of good shooting here? We'll find out.
And there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso. That's his first foul. So, for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Kennard in for George. Here's Leonard. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in, and the Lakers also making a change. Horton Tucker's checked in. Back to Harrell. And stolen by Patterson. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. He can't get that one to fall. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Lakers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker with the break. It's Schroeder with the drive.
Only 20% shooting in this quarter. They need to settle down and relax a little bit here.
The Clippers trail. Jackson looking it over. Here's Leonard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 4th assist in this one.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Schroeder passes to Horton Tucker. Schroeder kicks to Harrell. Back to Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Well, the Dennis Schroeder show is cooking on all cylinders right now. The defense has no answer.
And once Schroeder was asked to name his favorite NBA city, I believe it surprised a lot of fans when he said Milwaukee.
That's right, Greg. But he cited the strong German culture there. Schroeder, of course, went straight from Germany to the NBA. He relied on his athleticism early on, but now he's seeing the game much better, plays under control, can lead the team. He has had a tremendous amount of growth. Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
You can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Schroeder dishes to Caldwell Pope. Schroeder passes to Caldwell Pope. Here's Kaycock. Bucket is good. Kaycock's got his first bucket in this one.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Left side, Leonard. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Feeds it to Harrell. Out to Kuzma. From 10 feet out, and there's another one for the Lakers.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
And he gets the bucket. George has got 12 in the game.
Well, Paul George is not just a gifted perimeter shooter. That touch on the interior is impressive.
Caruso, the pass to Kuzma. 16 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. And Matthews gets it to go. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
And a deep 3 from George. Had the space there, but it's offline. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Lakers on top. They're up by 1. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kennard, and it's man in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Lakers passing it around. Here's Caruso. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Kennard. Lets the 3 fly. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers. And the Lakers also making a switch. Horton Tucker's checked in. Here's Caruso. He's guarded by Williams. Out to Kuzma. From outside, off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's George. Lays it up off the glass. There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swinger.
Caruso, the pass to Horton Tucker. There's the pass to Caruso. Morris trying to free himself up, and the Lakers with another miss.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
From deep, George connects from 3-point range. Now it's a 4-point Clipper lead.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
Morris trying to free himself up. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. The Clippers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Kuzma. Basket good.
Beautiful touch close in. Kuzma excels at taking advantage down low.
Here's George. Rebounded by the Lakers. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Horton Tucker. Tries again. And there's a nice layup by Kuzma. And the Lakers lead by 2.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
Picked his pocket. Fast break, the Lakers. Here's Horton Tucker. Throws down off the coast-to-coast drive.
And you've got to wonder just how big those points are going to be. A swing like that could decide the outcome.
Well, the threat to score is real when Lou Williams has the ball, but he uses that to set up his passing game.
Here's Caruso. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Kennard finds George. And the baseline jumper, no good. Lakers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, 4 of 9. Here's Caruso. Kennard covering. And that one's good, Caruso.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Lou Williams. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Caruso, the pass to Gasol. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for George. Williams with the ball. Now guarded by Schroeder. Williams passes to Zubac. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Zubac has got 4 points this quarter.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
1:11 left in the fourth quarter of this one, and that one's good. Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder has proven historically he is unafraid in big moments, and he delivers big time.
Fired inside. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Leonard, no luck. The Lakers have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Matthews, no good. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Here's Leonard. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen. Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Schroeder, left side. It's good.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute. That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Well, Wes Matthews, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, an amazing perimeter scorer who loves playing on the defensive end. You've got to show composure, and he comes through right when the team needs him most.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. And so the Lakers take the win. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
Well, guys, I'm very...
You certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. And how about we check the numbers for Damian Lillard?
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Marquise Morris is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Gasol in at the 5 spot. And for Portland, we've got Damian Lillard. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Jones. And it's Trent in at the 2. Stolen by Kanter. Jones with it. Now guarded by Caldwell-Pope. And Jones gets it to go in on the assist by Kanter.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Schroeder kicks to Gasol. Now Caldwell-Pope. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. 5 on the clock. Pass to Gasol. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason? Or, in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change. And the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. Whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
Lillard surveying the D.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Here's Schroeder following the score by Damian Lillard. Schroeder outside. Kuzma outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Enes Kanter.
Mobile and tenacious on the drive. Kuzma. Easy to see how he gets these calls.
And both free throws good for Kuzma. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lillard outside. That one drops for him.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility, and boy, he can strike at any time.
Here's Schroeder. Gasol. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him.
And a nice touch on the finish.
Nobody near Schroeder. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the board.
You know, I think that was the big difference in the game. One team was pounding the glass relentlessly, while the other team, not so much.
So it's Portland now. After the miss from Contavious Caldwell-Pope, it's stolen by Morris. Lillard against Caldwell-Pope. Shoots over Lillard. Caldwell-Pope against Lillard. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Now here's Jones. His last outing, he had 8 points. Up again, the putback is no good. Caldwell-Pope with it. Lillard picks him up. And shot by Caldwell-Pope, no good.
And he's still scoreless in the quarter. They might need to go to a plan B to help him get his confidence.
Lillard, the pass to Anthony. Kicks it out to Lillard. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
And he gets it to go. Schroeder's got his second bucket tonight.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Simons surveying the D.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Caruso. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
And so the first quarter is... Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he...
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Harrell is out there with Morris. Then it's Matthews, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 3 slot. Shot clock at 2. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Matthews.
Man, it's nice to see Matthews get involved inside, showing a nice touch around the basket.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Here's Caruso. And there's the pass to Harrell. From the arc. And Cantor pulls it down.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's McCollum. And Portland again with the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Caruso. Portland grabs the miss. Here's Simons. Got a piece of it. Pass to Covington. It's McCollum on the wing. Shoots over Matthews. And Cantor throws it down.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
Portland moving the ball around. Here's Simons.
Great goodness! That was
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Cantor. Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. Here's Horton Tucker. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. That one good for two. Keacock's got his first bucket of the night. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. 1:33 left to play here in the half. Here's Simons, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Very dangerous to lead a guy like that open. Lucky right there for the D.
And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
So both teams changing it up here. Portland leading by 9. Lillard outside. Passes to Trent. Caldwell Pope brings the double team. Lillard against Schroeder, and that one's good. Lillard.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. Harrell, the pass to Schroeder. He feeds it to Harrell. Tries again. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Harrell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Lillard dishes to Jones. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
You know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man. Puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Schroeder. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Lillard against Schroeder. 3-pointer. And that's good. Damian Lillard for 3. Lillard's got 12 in the game.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
The drive by Schroeder. And he banks in the layup.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
That will count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Portland. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The whole Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 12 points and 2 assists. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get up.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lillard outside. Shoots over Schroeder, and it's Lillard missing. And so Gasol will bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing here by 8, and following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. And that'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Schroeder against Lillard. 4 on the clock. Here's Caldwell Pope. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I think it's important that Caldwell Pope makes these shots, showing real toughness, converting through contact.
Pass to Jones. To the paint. Here's Cantor. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Gasol's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Kuzma. Anthony with the defensive effort.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Kuzma kicks to McKinney. Back to Kuzma. Dishes to Gasol. To the wing on the left. From past the arc. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Jones. Out to Anthony. And the pass to Trent. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
You know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
A different look now for Portland. Rodney Hood's checked in for Anthony. McCollum comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Lillard. The Lakers also changing it up. Antetokounmpo comes in for Alfonso McKinney. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. Outside for Gasol. And that one hits back iron. Portland leading by 9. Near the 3-point line, it's McCollum. Pass to Cantor. Portland moving the ball around. To the middle. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Cantor's got 6 points.
And really inside the paint is where Cantor thrives. His dominant approach lets him just own that space.
Here's Caruso. It's good. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Simons. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And they pick up 2. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Inside. Here's Kuzma. That one's not going to go. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. Passes it to Caruso. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Over Trent. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Antetokounmpo.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
And here's McCollum for 3. And the Trailblazers another 3.
Potent with and without the ball. McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
46 seconds left to play in the third. To the paint, Gasol. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. That's now 8 points for Marc Gasol.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Here's McCollum. Gets a hand on it, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got 6 here in this quarter.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
Kuzma outside. To the middle. No good from Gasol. And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, McCollum missing. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Caldwell Pope. Can't hit from the elbow. And so it's Portland up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Montrezl Harrell, and it's McKinney in at the small forward. And good that time.
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
Lillard way outside. That one doesn't go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
Caruso, the pass to Antetokounmpo. An easy 2 points on the layup. Antetokounmpo's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Los Angeles. Lillard outside. He kicks it to Carmelo. Back to Lillard. Lakers trail by 8. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Jones. And the call on the shot. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. We'll see if they were listening, guys.
And then Jones with the jam.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
A jaw-dropper emoji is what I look like right now. Incredible.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And the Lakers making a change here. Morris is checked in. Schroeder against Lillard. Jacks up a 3. Morris with the rebound.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Covington with the steal. And now Jones running the floor all by himself.
Boy, one of the things about Covington is that his length bothers the opposing players. I mean, he's somebody that takes defense seriously and looks to pilfer the ball whenever he can.
Here's Schroeder. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Schroeder hits them both. Trailblazers leading by 7. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Lillard, the pass to Covington. And stolen by Harrell. Schroeder against Lillard. Now the pass to Kaycock. Kicks to Harrell. And Jones over to help. Covington with the steal. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's foul number 2 for him. Dennis Cantor's checked in for Robert Covington. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Lillard outside. And that one, good.
How about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
Your passes to Harrell. Stolen by Cantor. Lillard outside. No good from outside. Lakers trail by 9. The drive by Schroeder. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. McCollum outside. Shot, high post, and another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now he's shooting 5 of 11.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Schroeder against Lillard. Horton Tucker, the pass to Kaycock. 5 to shoot. Over Jones. Rebound by the Trailblazers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Lillard outside. 46 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Fires the 3. No good that time. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Here's Kaycock. Good. Nice job down low.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Lillard against Schroeder. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Back to Lillard. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Cantor kicks to Lillard. Shoots over Schroeder. And it's Lillard missing. Here's Kaycock. He's guarded by McCollum. Kaycock, the pass to Harrell. Over Cantor. Misses the shot. And so it's Portland winning this one. They did. All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.
he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Cantor in at the 5 down low. George, no good. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Portland. It's a 3-point game. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we overanalyze things. Can be better to just let it go.
Now Lillard. Paul George missing from long range. This one for 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep. Now, as we enter the back half of the season, some players are worn down. But, Greg, are there certain players who really dial in at this point, who find traction with their game?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Especially for the veterans who understand it's a marathon and not a sprint. You really are trying to build up towards this portion and take your game and your mindset to another level. So this is the time for those guys when they just start to hit their stride.
Jackson looking around. Pass to George to stop the run. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
It was a sizable loss, and it was mostly due to their awful passing and ball control. They just need to use better judgment in this game. and the lid comes off the basket. After 4 straight misses, they finally get one.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot any time he wants.
Now here's McCollum. Last game he had 13. Just 2 to shoot. On deep. He can't.
do-it-all guys. I mean, even if rebounding isn't necessarily a priority for shooting guards, it's still something that helps when your team get wins.
Well, the effort plays are very important. That's what these guys do. Like you said, the rebounds they provide from the off-guard spot can sometimes make the difference between winning or going home with your tail between your legs.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Jackson. Greg, coming out of the All-Star break, a couple teams have really turned up the intensity, haven't they?
Playoff seedings are in sight, Kevin, and no doubt this is a crucial stretch of the season, especially for teams that will be on the bubble.
Here's Simons. He's started by Williams, and it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Mann's checked in, and it's Kennard in for George. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Rodney Hood's checked in for C.J. McCollum. The shot's good from Cantor.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Mavericks. Out to Morris. Outside Williams. From down in the low post, it goes.
Although he's a little bit smaller, Lou Williams does not deter himself from getting inside and scoring over the top of the trees.
The pass to Cantor. Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Williams with the block. Kennard kicks to Patterson. And the shot is good.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter, this time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Williams. Offensive rebound. Here's Cantor. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Already, they piled up 8 second chance points.
Left side Williams. 34 seconds left to play here in the first, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Simons. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Shot from the wing, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Williams with the ball. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production.
During his career, Lou Williams has been a decent threat from the three-point line, around 35%. Good at stretching out the court.
3 seconds left. Doesn't go that time. And so it's Portland with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And their three-point shooting. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched a pump.
What we've learned is staying together, staying with it, staying positive, and just being consistent, you know.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
They've got Jackson. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Mann in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
And Portland has possession. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Passes it to Trent. Back to Lillard. Unloads from 13. The putback and staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got his first basket of the night.
I feel like Melo has always been a guy who doesn't mind hanging around down low, knocking guys around a little bit, and getting great second chance opportunities.
Now here's Jackson. Retee that time from Hood.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Here's Trent. Kicks it out to Lillard. Shoots the three. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
The second unit came in last game and just played lights out basketball. I'm sure they'd like to do that again. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center. If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
A three from Morris. The offensive rebound taken away by Anthony. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. It's tipped. Hood kicks to Lillard. No good on that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Well, and that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Clippers trail by 9. Kennard on the wing. From deep three-point range. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Jackson, that's good.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Trent. He's coming off a 16-point game against Dallas. Back to Lillard. Pushing it up. Here's Morris. Rebounded by Hood.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Trent gets the bucket. Trent's got the lead up to 12 now for Portland. LA has gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Here's Jackson. Count that bucket. Jackson's got 4 this quarter.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 7. Outside Anthony. Back to Lillard. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Lillard's got 9.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
Throws it up high, and the dunk by Zubac.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now, here's Covington. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock, and they pick up 2.
Well, we just see this time and time again from Damian Lillard, a quality decision on the pick and roll.
Jackson against Lillard. With the teardrop. 2 on the clock. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Zubac.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
And so, all right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson. C.J. McCollum was on fire in the first half. He had 12 points and now with the second half about to get underway.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Cantor in at the 5 down low. Paul George with the steal. Oh, Leonard in position.
Tireless efforts in the offseason to improve that jump shot, and Kawhi Leonard has come a long way.
Lillard against Jackson. McCollum outside. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubats. Lou Williams is subbed in for Jackson. Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. They get it back. Cantor. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. Here's George. And that one drops for him. George has got 9.
I always talk about the first 2 steps in transition, and Paul George out quick and decisively that time.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. Portland moving the ball around. From downtown. And it's Simons missing.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Cantor against Leonard. Trailblazers leading by 7. Fast break. Here they come. Here's Simons from about 19 feet. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Simons has got his 2nd bucket of the night. Williams finds George. Here's the 3. Cans it from downtown. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it. Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Cantor trying to free himself up. Snatched up. McCollum kicks to Jones. Portland no good that time either. Clippers trail by 7. On pass to George. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Great timing there. Paul George rising up, collecting the ball, and throwing it down.
Here's Simons. He's guarded by Williams. Pass to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And the Clippers making a change here. Morris has checked in. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Trent's checked in, and Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. Lillard looking around. McCollum against George. Kicks it out to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, height and length at that position for Paul George, that's problematic for a defender, and he used his size to draw the foul that time.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Patrick Patterson. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Lou Williams. Jackson against Lillard. Good on the bucket.
Man, both on balance and on point. Damian working through that mid-range area now.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
And hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
No coverage that time. And it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
And that one's good, George.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Trailblazers leading by 7. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the 4-man position. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Yeah, I think the scouting report says you got to chase him off the three-point line. Not a good job defensively there, but a great job by Lillard to knock it down.
And George, here we go.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Oh, McCollum in position. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
CJ operating like a surgeon out there tonight.
The 3 from George. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. And here's McCollum. Lillard, right side, down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target from three-point range. Clippers trail by 10. And Leonard has it in the corner. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one's on Anthony.
That's the power and strength he brings. Kawhi able to absorb the contact. I'm not even sure he felt it and still knocks it down.
Here's Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Mid-range, plenty of room for that release. He's going to take those all day long.
Jackson looking it over to the inside. Oh, jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right?
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And the Clippers have possession. 7-point differential. And that one is off. Good work defensively by Lillard.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard. His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Jackson down low, covered by Lillard. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off target from outside. Trailblazers leading by 9. The 3 from McCollum. Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Here's Okuru. Los Angeles with another miss.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
That's a 2 from Lillard. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Lillard's got 9 points here in the second half. Jackson kicks to Kennard. From deep. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up to the Portland Trailblazers. Lillard from outside. Batum grabs the miss.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
And George with the stuff.
Paul George taking initiative tonight and going right at the defense.
The 3 from McCollum. Back to Lillard. From deep three-point range. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got the lead up to 12 now for Portland. Down low. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Williams. Leonard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Zubac. The shot by George, wide open. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Portland.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still 2 more to go in the season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Lillard.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
There's 37 seconds left in the 4th. Inside, stolen by Zubac.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss? Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
And a deep 3 from George, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Well, that three-pointer's got to fire up George and the entire team.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 32 points.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And in the win...
draft in the books.
That's right, and for these draftees, their lives have changed overnight. It is now their job to play NBA 2K.
And what an amazing job it is. If you can get it, it's definitely very hard. So here's a look at the new...
The Lakers coming through the tunnel with swagger. This looks like... And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal number for Paul George.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Batum's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. And for the Lakers, Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 slot. Now here's Schroeder. Gasol. Great positioning on the putback.
A great pursuit of the basketball from Marc Gasol. One thing we know is he will rebound out of his area.
George with the ball. Gasol covering. George against Gasol. Back to George. From deep. Kuzma pulls it in. Jackson against Schroeder. Kuzma passes to Schroeder. Goes up on the high post. They get it back. And Gasol able to finish.
Yeah, and how about the stick-to-itiveness on that possession? Stayed with it, didn't give up until the ball was in the basket.
Outside Leonard. Here's George. Rejected by Gasol.
This guy, the defensive anchor, Marc Gasol, twice on the pipes.
Here's Morris. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And now we're well past the All-Star break, Doris. Each game means that much more as we march towards the playoffs.
Well, Kevin, the playoff picture starts to come into a little bit sharper focus. Teams know it, and there's more attention paid to the standings every day that passes.
And here's Schroeder after Paul George getting his 3 to go. A 3 ball. And it's Schroeder missing. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. A shot by George, wide open. George missing again.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Yeah, defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
Here's George. Here's Zubac. The dish to George. A second chance effort. He's off on that one, and the Lakers will go the other way with it. This game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Jackson. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, this run largely the result of offensive rebounding.
Williams for 3. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And the wide open shot from Morris. That 3 off the mark. Clippers trail by 6. Here's George. And the shot goes down. George has got 7 points in the game.
That's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Harrell. It's blocked. George with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell-Pope.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
Caldwell-Pope dishes to Schroeder. Harrell kicks it over to Schroeder. Over Williams. And good from Schroeder with a sweet move.
Well, you have to take advantage of the chippies when you get them. Nice job by Dennis Schroeder in close.
George against Caldwell Pope. A nice shot by George.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
Stolen by George. 44 seconds left in the first quarter. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
They were forced into tons of sloppy play, and I think they'll be looking to be more composed tonight.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Morris. Matthews comes in for Caldwell Pope, and it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. Now here's Matthews. Pass to Caruso. Rejection.
Well, persistent defense on the part of Patrick Patterson. This guy anticipates the shot and says, no, sir.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
So for the Clippers right now, we've got Luke Kennard. Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Williams. And it's man in at the 3 slot. Here's Caruso. Off the left rim and out. The Clippers trail. Here's the break. Here's Morris. And the rejection by Harrell. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for Lou Williams. Out to Kuzma. Offline with his 3. Kennard for 3. Rebound by Harrell.
Oh, more good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Kuzma can't get it to go.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. To the paint, here's Harrell. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Well, you see why Harrell shoots such a high percentage. This guy takes great shots that all fall within the structure of the offense.
Pass to Kennard. Here's Mann, guarded by Kuzma. Mann can't hit. The Lakers in the lead. Matthews passes to Kuzma. Back to Matthews. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Matthews has got his first points of the game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Jackson drives in. Out to Morris. Five to shoot. And there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game. Marcus All's checked in for Harrell. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Lakers making a change here. Kaycock's checked in. George against Matthews. Banked in off the glass. Matthews has got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
George double team. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Well, you can tell that Mr. Morris doesn't lack for confidence. This guy is ready to shoot as soon as it touches his hands.
Caruso, the pass to Gasol. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. We just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Pass to Gasol. Oh, tried to dunk it home. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Post game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Schroeder finds Gasol. From deep. The rebound by Patterson. The Clippers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Outside for Caldwell Pope. A three-pointer off the mark. Right side Leonard. Here's George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Tie game in.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. The largest lead they had was 6 in the opening period. They couldn't hold on. And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guy, he's been everywhere.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Markieff Morris. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. That's the Laker 5. Harrell down low. Working on Zubac.
This young guy is an absolute monster at the rim. So tough for opponents to match Harrell's level of physicality.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. The Lakers on D. A 2-point game. Zubac trying to break loose.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Kept alive. Here's Morris. Nobody near Schroeder. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. And there's the pass to Morris. 5 on the clock.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
Schroeder against Williams. It's Schroeder with the drive. Yep, that one goes. Schroeder's got his second basket of the night. Third quarter of basketball, we're about a minute and a half in. Williams with the ball, now guarded by Caldwell Pope. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Some changes for the Lakers. Horton Tucker's checked in. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. And then for the Clippers, Mann's checked in, and it's Kennard in for Leonard. Pass to Caruso. No one near him. Up again, Harrell on the follow. Harrell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, the grit right there. Montrezl Harrell simply wanting that offensive rebound more than anyone else.
Jackson drives in. Kuzma pulls it in. Lakers leading by 4. Here's Harrell. Got a hand on it. They recover it. Kuzma passes to Harrell. Another shot. And the layup is good. Harrell's got 10.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Here's Jackson. And the rejection by Harrell. Morris kicks to Caruso. Passes to Harrell. Over Kennard. No good off the back of the rim. Clippers trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Well, this is why it helps to have a big man capable of sprinting the floor. Marcus Morris solid at getting to the right spots.
Kuzma with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Caruso, the pass to Morris. The feed now to Harrell. Over Morris. Again, Harrell missing. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Oh, Morris in position. Morris outside. Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Horton Tucker. And the Lakers with another miss.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Kennard kicks to Morris. 1:03 left in the third. Pope loose. Here's Horton Tucker. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Pass to Caruso. To the inside. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Harrell's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a core first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
On the wing, Jackson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Zubac. 6 to shoot. Yep, that one goes in there.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Lakers leading by 4. Here's Caruso. No points in the game yet for him. The pass to Horton Tucker. Pass to Caruso. From about 19 feet. No good. Montrezl Harrell has been leading the charge for the Los Angeles. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Williams. Patrick Patterson is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard. That one good for two. Schroeder's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Lakers.
If you give Dennis Schroeder space, he is going to get into his mid-range game. Knocks down that one.
And Patterson kicks to George. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Throw good, Paul George.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that.
Here's Caldwell Pope, and that one good. And the Lakers lead by 5.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
George looking around. A rebound by the Lakers. Gasol's got 5 rebounds tonight. With a floater, and Caldwell Pope lays it in. And it's a 7-point Laker lead.
Well, we know this. Few big men in the history of the game have passed the ball as well as Marc Gasol.
Here's Leonard. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Here's Schroeder with the putback. Oturu with the rebound. Clippers trail by 5. A shot by Batum, no good. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, rhythm, confidence. When Schroeder is pulling the trigger, you know he's feeling it.
Williams kicks to Leonard. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And finished off by Leonard.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers.
Now, this guy has a reputation for being a great free throw shooter, and you've got to knock him down. He does it here.
Gasol inside. He's guarded by Williams. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Schroeder. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. Alex Caruso. He's checked in for the Lakers. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Williams dishes to George. To tie it up. Shooting foul as the... And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, You got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. Antetokounmpo comes in for Markieff Morris. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
During that break, Frank Vogel had some real words for his team. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. A nice shot by George.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
Williams against Schroeder. Dishes to Harrell. Back to Schroeder. Just 5 on the clock. And there's another one for the Lakers.
Wow, a huge play from Dennis Schroeder. You love the focus.
Outside, George to take the lead. Nailed from three-point land. George has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Outside Matthews. Feeds to Harrell. The kick out to Antetokounmpo from deep three-point range. It's hauled in by Zubac. Here now the Clippers. They're on a 14-6 run. Leonard the pass to Williams. Outside George. Back to Williams. Outside George. A three. Rebounded by the Lakers. Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. The kick out to Matthews. Can't cash in. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it.